Today my special guest is Mirko Rubeis
of Boston Consulting Group. Mirko, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you for talking to me today.
Thank you for having me.
You've just come out of an important leadership roundtable discussion focused on the circular economy. How much was it prioritised? What kind of credence was it given?
It's clear that companies today have circular economy as a top priority. In every company now is part of the agenda. It was very evident today, and I think the topic of how we can move from 25-30% recycling rates today to more than 80-90% become essential if you really want to use the resource of the planet in a sustainable way.
Another thing that's essential is massive investment. So what next steps are companies and governments taking in that regard?
Yeah, as you know, in circular economy we lack a global compact like the Paris Agreement for climate. So there is a bit of a lack of this global framework, and also as a consequence a lack of a clear regulatory framework for each country, each region. That somehow limits circular economy. But I mean, it was very clear, the energy industry can do a lot of things today, even in absence of this clarity about the regulatory framework. There is a lot of value pools that already today the industry can tackle. We talk today, for example, about biofeedstock, recycling. We talk, for example, about energy efficiency. These are things could be in the money today, even without the need of big regulatory changes.
How do we best traverse the energy trilemma and the energy transition in this age where we're working towards sustainable, affordable, secure energy for everybody?
Yeah, sometimes, in terms of logical step, we separate a bit the climate change, carbon emission from circular economy. In reality, they are very connected, because circular economy would allow you to use less resources for better outcome. So that's already we found from our study that if you have a circular economy that reach 80-90% circularity, you could save 40-50 billion tons of carbon CO2. And just to give a sense, is equivalent to 10 billion passenger cars that you could take out of the road. So circular economy is very much interlinked also with the carbon reduction.
How do you think the conversation will have moved on when we meet this time next year?
I would expect companies that have not only tested the ground on many initiatives, but would have really bring circularity at scale. Because the next step is really bring it, what the successful example that we have today, and there are many initiatives undergoing, to bring them at scale to have an impact not only on the company, but also on the broader industry.
And lastly, what has been your takeaway from ADIPEC so far?
No, the most important thing is that ADIPEC brings together different players also from different value chains. And in circularity, you need to have different parts of the value chains working together. Waste management company, chemical companies, or for example, consumer brands. And venues like this one that foster the discussion and among different parts of the value chain is very important.
Mirko, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's all we have time for in this episode, but thank you for watching, and for more interviews and insights of this kind from ADIPEC 2022, head to adipec.com or check out YouTube and LinkedIn. I'll see you again next time. Take care.